Once, the corals along the shores of the Red Sea would draw divers keen to see one of the most spectacular and biologically diverse reefs in the world. Nowadays, these corals are facing extinction, along with the colourful translucent fish, because of a lucrative fish farm industry in the region's waters. Only 30% of the corals and the wild fish life in the area remain. Zalul, an environmental group, has been conducting a campaign, including lectures and the distribution of underwater footage, presenting the destruction of the coral reef. The fish farms located in the Gulf, breeding 5 million fish a year, are the major source of organic pollution that has been killing the coral reefs. The reefs had sustained damage for years, as Eilat and the neighbouring Jordanian Red Sea resort of Aqaba grew from isolated desert outposts into tourist boom towns. But experts claim that the most severe damage began in the early 1990s, after fish companies started large-scale breeding programs. When the fish farms were established, the reefs should have regenerated as a new sewage plant began to treat waste generated by the growing resort population. Instead, coral degradation accelerated and new coral growth dropped to near zero. Marine biologists say that fish cages, which have continued to increase despite huge opposition, have been excreting large amounts of nitrates that encourage plankton, the enemy of corals, as they make the seawater murky, blocking sunlight, which is essential for coral survival. A report by international scientists found the fish cages were contributing to around 90% of nitrates entering the sea around the resorts. For years, the fish farms continued to deny any direct link with the coral decline, saying that this form of aquaculture is actually environmentally friendly because it eases the pressure on wild fish populations. Their opponents worried that before exhaustive studies could prove the link between the coral's decline and the fish farms, the corals would have long disappeared. The connection between a high concentration of nitrates and the decline of corals is widely accepted by marine scientists. Experts were vocal that the reefs could only be saved if the fish farms were eliminated, or at least relocated to ponds that would allow the treatment of their waste waters. The reefs in Aqaba, or along the adjacent Sinai Peninsula, are in far better shape than those off Eilat, despite thriving tourist industries. Finally, after years of political agitation, the fish